Transform your life today. 5 eye-opening Gautam Buddha moral stories that will stay with you forever. Are you looking for inspiration and guidance to transform your life? Look no further than the timeless wisdom of Gautam Buddha. His profound teachings have the power to touch our hearts and awaken our minds. In this video, we'll explore 5 captivating moral stories from the life of Gautam Buddha that are sure to leave a lasting impact on you. 1. The story of the lost son. Imagine a wealthy merchant who had a beloved son. One day, the son decided to leave home in search of adventure and excitement. He squandered his wealth and ended up living a life of poverty and despair. Years passed, and the son found himself homeless and destitute. Meanwhile, the merchant never gave up hope of finding his lost son. He searched far and wide, never losing faith that one day they would be reunited. Eventually, the son hit rock bottom and realized the error of his ways. With nowhere else to turn, he decided to return home. When the merchant saw his son approaching from a distance, he ran to greet him with open arms. Despite the son's past mistakes, the merchant welcomed him back with unconditional love and forgiveness. This story reminds us that no matter how far we may stray, there is always a path back to love and redemption. 2. The story of the greedy monkey. Once, there was a greedy monkey who lived in a lush forest. He spent his days hoarding bananas and refusing to share with others. One day, a wise old monkey approached him and asked why he was so selfish. The greedy monkey scoffed and replied, "Why should I share my bananas with anyone else? I worked hard to gather them, and I deserve to keep them all for myself." The wise old monkey shook his head and said, "True happiness comes from giving, not from hoarding. The more you share, the more abundance you will receive in return." At first, the greedy monkey didn't believe him. But as time passed, he noticed something remarkable. Whenever he shared his bananas with others, he felt a sense of joy and fulfillment that he had never experienced before. From that day on, he became known as the most generous monkey in the forest. 3. The story of the Golden Buddha. In a small village, there was a magnificent golden Buddha statue. The villagers cherished it and adorned it with precious jewels as a symbol of their devotion. One day, the village was invaded by enemies who sought to steal the golden Buddha. In a desperate attempt to protect it, the villagers covered the statue with mud to conceal its value. The invaders searched high and low but could not find the golden Buddha. Frustrated, they left the village empty-handed. Years passed, and the villagers forgot about the golden Buddha hidden beneath the mud. One day, a traveler passing through the village noticed a glimmer of gold beneath the dirt. He began to chip away at the mud until the magnificent statue was revealed once again. This story teaches us that true value lies within, and sometimes we must look beneath the surface to discover it. 4. The story of the farmer's son. There was once a farmer who lived with his son in a small village. One day, their beloved horse ran away, leaving them with no means of transportation. The villagers sympathized with the farmer's misfortune and said, "What bad luck! You've lost your only horse." The farmer simply replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" A few days later, the farmer's horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. The villagers were amazed and said, "What great luck! You've gained so many horses." Again, the farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" The farmer's son decided to tame one of the wild horses, but he was thrown off and broke his leg. Once more, the villagers lamented, "What terrible luck! Your son is injured, and now he can't help you with the farm." And once again, the farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" A few weeks later, the village was invaded by enemy soldiers, and all the young men were conscripted into the army. But because the farmer's son was injured, he was deemed unfit for service and was spared from the horrors of war. The villagers realized that what seemed like misfortune at the time had actually saved the farmer's son's life. This story reminds us that sometimes, what appears to be a setback may actually be a blessing in disguise. 5. The story of the mustard seed. A grieving mother once approached Gautam Buddha, clutching her dead child in her arms. She begged him to bring her child back to life, but Buddha gently told her, "I cannot do that. But if you can find a house where no one has died, I will bring your child back to life." Desperate to save her child, the mother went from house to house, asking if anyone had escaped the pain of death. But in every house, she found the same story of loss and grief. Finally, she realized the truth that death is a natural part of life, and no one is immune to its touch. With this realization, she found solace in her grief and returned to Buddha. Buddha comforted her and said, "You are not alone in your suffering. Death comes to us all, but so does the promise of new life." In conclusion, these timeless moral stories from the life of Gautam Buddha serve as powerful reminders of the universal truths that guide us on our journey through life. By reflecting on these stories and applying their wisdom to our own lives, we can find inspiration, guidance, and inner peace. Transform your life today by embracing the profound teachings of Gautam Buddha.